Hello gentlemen and welcome to my second episode of Helmet Reviews. Today we'll be looking at the Mk1 Brodie helmet, also known as the M1917 in American service. Now the Brodie helmet, initially designed around about August 1915, started getting rolled out to troops in about September, though it was only in very limited numbers and you had to share a helmet while you're on stag duty in the trenches. But it was first worn by all soldiers taking part in the Battle of St. Eloy in April of 1916. So really the design philosophy is be better than the French. Now they had a rather complex Adrian helmet, as you can see, but multiple parts stitched together, whereas the Mk1 Brodie was just one piece stamped on, get a liner in it, there you go. Yeah, it wasn't 100% up to scratch yet, so they came out with the Mk1. So the original Brodie helmet had some downsides. Being one piece stamped, the brim was quite sharp. Its paint scheme was too shiny. You could see it from miles off. So they came out with this, the Mk1. As you might be able to see, don't know, it's got a brim separately stamped on, so it's not so sharp. It's been repainted, usually with sand, sawdust, cork, whatever around the outside, so it's not so shiny. The soldiers also had another solution. They'd usually use one of these, not quite as ripped. It's literally just a sandbag that every soldier is issued with, and they would shape it, cut it, slap it onto the helmet, which is usually quite easy. Use the drawstring of the sandbag to make a drawstring of the helmet so it sits snug. And this would also break up the shape. It would stop any shine to it because it's a rather dull material, and it's quite handy. On the inside, very basic liner, leather chin strap, kind of like a rubbery type deal, which I think is probably a bit better than the German leather. I don't find it chafing at all. And it's got a little cloth kind of adjuster, so it kind of sits proud of your head. Kind of the same as the style helm. Now, if I take this off, as mentioned earlier, this is more of a medieval kettle helmet design. So it doesn't have the neck protection that the style helm has. And maybe in modern warfare, maybe in World War II, this was a bit of a downside. But the thought behind this is if you're sat in the trench, which comes up to about 6 feet, so about there, the shrapnel will kind of come over the top and land on top of you. So you want to be able to protect your head and your shoulders from any sort of shrapnel coming from above, which is quite handy. But even when you're out in the open, there's a blast in front of you, first thing you're going to do, you kind of duck towards it and it'll probably hit off here. Apparently that was official doctrine. I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen it written anywhere, but it is smart enough. Just duck forward. It does sit a bit loose on the head. This one might be slightly too big for me. It's probably why it sits a bit loose. But with the chin stay down, it's not a problem. But it would be nice if it just sat a bit snugger on the head. That is all for the Brodie helmet. So we'll put this on, take it outside, and see how it interrupts any of your shooting positions, which, considering how open it is, I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. So you join me now in the garage this time due to inclement weather. As you can tell, it's been a few days since the last clip, although it's been instantaneous for you. I've added some markings onto my helmet for my Canberra 1917 kit, but that's for another time. So I've got my SMLE. I'm just going to do the standing and crouching this time. Can't really go prone due to the camera. So let's start to see how this helmet acts. Yeah, not really in the way. There is a slight brim. I don't find it as noxious as the German brim. it is there. What I didn't test for the German one is when you cock the rifle, your hand does kind of interfere. It's just fall short. Just fall short of interfering with the helmet. Crouching, you can still see. Again, cocking, just goes short. So it doesn't actually get in the way. If it does, it is easy enough to lift it up. Lift it down if you so prefer. Maybe if the sun's in your eyes, I don't know. The one thing with this helmet is, as I said in the previous clip, it is a bit loose, but that could just be the helmet that I have and the liner that is in it. So overall, it doesn't really interfere at all. I mean, I can tell going prone, even if I just pretend go prone, it doesn't really get in the way of the back of your head. The chin strap is good enough, easy to adjust, and at the end of the day, I think I prefer this to the stealth helmet. Whether or not it's a better helmet is a matter of opinion. So, in summary, this is probably my favourite helmet. I am incredibly biased, but it's an iconic look. It just makes you think of the plucky Tommy just going off on an adventure. That's why I enjoy it. It's not as maybe all-encompassing as the German helmets, but it just works. It's one piece of sheet metal stamped, put a rim on it, get a liner in it, and it just works. It does have its problems. I mean, yeah, it's ideal for the trenches when shrapnel's falling on top of you, but when you're out in a field, maybe it's not as ideal. But for World War I, it does its job, and I think it does it well. I find it a lot more comfortable. It's a lot lighter. Of course, you're all free to disagree. I'm sure many of you do. So please let me know in the comments below what you think is better, the Mk1 Brodie or the M16 style helm. Be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out so I can keep making videos like these. And next time I will be looking at the French Adrian helmet, which was the first one of the bunch to come out and probably the most complicated. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.